Listen, understand, and respect women by setting aside our pride and ego.
I'm going to get more into this. I'm not going to shut anybody down. I want to flow into the next one. How do you believe men can better understand the unique challenges women face and respond positively? For me, I feel that more men, we need to sit there and listen to the women, not necessarily when they tell you something, but actually when they're telling you things that are going on in their lives. To put your feet in their shoes, to understand, because with women, a lot of them do not think like how we think. A lot of times we say men are more logical, women are more emotional. But when it comes down to it, I feel that the reason that the world is so messed up now is because a lot of people try and move on what they consider as logical. When it comes down to it, you have to think of the emotions of everything that is in play. Now, there's going to be some people who do not agree with that because they would rather live that life of, oh, emotions make me weak or anything like that. And being a man, women, I feel that the reason why a lot of things with them, come back to me. For women, I feel that a lot of things with them, the way that they're able to move the way that they do is because they're more in tune with themselves. And now that with us forcing them to be on having to deal with that masculine energy as well, a lot of them are more balanced than we are because we have not done that work. We are not in tune with ourselves. It's like they come out the womb and they're already in tune pretty much. They open their eyes and they already have an idea of what's going on, and they start growing more and more into it as they start growing up. And then whether they do not realize it right then and there, something hits them in the fucking face and they're just like, I get it now. This, and this was because of this, and this. And then they start molding everything else in together. Men, we need to listen and understand, comprehend what the women are saying, what is going on through their minds to help ease them on their day to day. Because there's a lot of women who are carrying a lot of things that go silent because they don't speak it. But just like how with us men, we will show things via our body language. Women will too. We will not say things, but with women, their eyes tell a lot. I've learned to read eyes. And with a lot of women, I can sit here and look at them and tell them about their lives. And they're like, how do you know? I'm like, just because of the fact that the way that your eyes are glossed over, the way that it's dark on a certain era, or even the way that when I say something, the look that you give me and the way that you try and get your posture back together so that way you don't look like you're telling anything. Miss Sasha Savage, I think a lot of men let pride get in the way. I'll be honest. Pride stands for please remember I destroy everything. And with a lot of men, we are constantly destroying things. Look at the way the earth is right now. It's being destroyed because it's run predominantly by men. We don't have very much feminine energy in there, which is the reason why a lot of things are being destroyed when it comes down to nature. The plants are not growing. A lot of things are dying, and we're deciding to grow a lot of things up or build a lot of things up with infrastructure. Men, we are a big cause for a lot of things that are going wrong. Now, I'm not saying anything for men to be like, oh, you hate men. I don't hate men. I hate everybody equally. But when it comes down to it, we need to allow the women to be women. So my affirmation into women is keep being what you naturally are. Believe in yourself, trust yourself, and when you wake up in the morning, know that if there is a man in your life, he will come around and he will pick up that slack to help you get to where you know that he can go. My affirmation for women is going to be remain beautiful, remain natural, keep on giving, even when you feel that it's not being received. I'm turning it over to Rio.
All right, what was the question?
How do you believe men can better understand the unique challenges women face and respond positively?
Oh, that's easy. Well, I have a saying when I talk to women, and I have a saying when I talk to men. When it's something serious, I tell women to, if they can they set their feelings aside? And I tell men, can you set your ego aside?
Mm.
Because as a man, you're not going to hear a person out until you really set your ego aside. Because once a person says something that you don't want to hear, you finna block out everything from then on. And it's kind of the same for women with their feelings. Once you say something as a man that hurts her feelings, now she's about to withdraw and she's about to lash out at you like a snake. So as a partnership, both of y'all have to put those things aside when you're going to talk about something as serious as that. Like the person that's listening, they have to put that thing aside. The man, if he's listening, he has to put his ego aside. The woman, if she's listening, she has to put her feelings aside. Because sometimes the man can say some things that will hurt her feelings, but that's not even what he's trying to do. And the woman can say some things that'll hurt a man's pride or hurt him to his core, but that's really not what she's trying to do. It's just that's how you perceive it. So sometimes your perception can come from your feelings or your ego. So when you're coming to sit down and listen to somebody actually vent to you or talk to you about how they feel about you, you have to put those things aside to actually sit there and look and reflect on yourself. Because if you don't put your ego aside, you're always going to have that, nah, man, she just lying, man. I ain't really doing that shit. Until you actually put that ego aside, you're never really going to stop and think and look and be like, damn, that time, yeah, she right. It was that time where she called me and I was like, nah, I ain't even trying to talk right now. So until you put that ego aside, as a man, you really never going to hear that woman out. So as a man, you got to put that ego down. Like everybody say it's pride. Nah, pride is a good thing because if you got pride in yourself, you'll always have pride in your woman. So if you got pride in your woman, you always going to hear your woman out. It's your ego you got to eliminate. Once you eliminate that ego, it ain't that hard to hear her out and, feel what she feel, especially if you're an empath.
Exactly.
Like a nigga like me, she ain't even got to really say anything. Like I can tell from the vibration she give off. She can have a full smile on her face. I'm gonna still be like, nah, what's up?
Exactly.
Like, hey, come on, you wanna step off to the side? We can talk or something. Like I feel like something off. Like you all right? Like it's always that ego because you the protector. So how you gonna have an ego with the person you're supposed to be protecting?
That's true.
Well, that's my case.
It's still impossible.
Reverend, when we begin to revere our women again, then everything else will take care of itself. We don't revere our women. We don't revere what they went through psychologically, emotionally. We don't revere epigenetic genetics. We don't revere these things. We don't revere what they have went through when they don't have a father in the home. When we get back to reverence, to really understanding what they go through emotionally and to revere it, to have pure reverence, and for her ability to speak that, not without judging, without analyzing, without being critical. As Rio said, remove the ego, but to be able to be in reverence to whatever she's going through, how she perceives life. It doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. Can you revere what she's going through? How she feels? Why she feeling the way she feeling? So sometimes the fact that they saying what she feeling, we want to know why she feeling. What you need to know why for? Shut up. Can you revere that?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Can you really understand her pain from how she's defining her pain?
Exactly.
Not that you got the right answer. Who cares if you got the right answer?
No, doesn't matter.
You understand?
Right?
Yeah. It's just about, can you really understand? So to me, it's just simple reverence.
Hmm.
When we really get back to revering, and I had that situation right about in 2016. I was in a relationship, and rest in power, my grandma was she was alive at the time, and she said, "Come on over here and clip my toenails," and I was clipping her toenails, and my spirit asked me plainly, "Why don't you revere every woman like you revere your grandma?" I said, "Oh Lord."
Hmm.
You know, it was a she had set the stage of reverence to women. So then now when I went into relationships, it was bowing down. It was like humbling myself when they spoke, because now I got to come in straight reverence. I'm not coming what I know, I'm coming in straight reverence.
Hmm.
So I believe when we get back to that as men, yeah, because you got to have strength to be in reverence. You got to have strength to be vulnerable.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hmm.
And thank you, because you rolled in straight into the next topic. Can you share a story about a woman who has shown extraordinary positivity and how it affected you?
Yeah, for sure.
I can share a few.